Good morning and afternoon. My name is Samuel Tamesi. I am a lecturer in the Department of Video Technology. As you can see, I brought a pen and paper with me because my paper is neither here nor there, or I'm still working it out. So more than anything, I'm hoping more for your contributions to get it right. This is the first time I present an abstract. Normally I present papers that have been published very far along, but this is an exciting journey and engagement for me, so I'm hoping to learn a lot from this. So basically I'm looking at our course. It's called Screen Arts and Technology. So they changed it from Video Technology to Screen Arts and Technology because of the whole technological landscape and innovation where we're dealing with phones and such things. So it's more about the screens and the arts. So technology is evolving and transforming industries, even in our own one of video technology. But as much as the technology is transforming, sometimes some things are ahead of us. I mean, for example, to make you understand in layman's terms, we now have 4K screens. I'm sure you've heard about that even when you go buy TVs from a shop. But sometimes you find that for people sitting here, you would not be able to tell the difference between something filmed in a high definition or something that is filmed in a 4K quality. For you, TV is TV, and that's just what you watch. But for us who are filming those things, we understand the difference and the quality, especially looking at it from a resolution perspective. So as much as it's changing on one end, people are not even able to detect what the change has been. So it's a bit of a conundrum there. And then also, we are forced to look at changes when we are teaching, because now you have new technologies like AI, you have AR, you have VR. Just to help explain a bit so we all get those concepts. So AI is more the cognitive side of things, where you can type with your ChatGPT and engage and it produces information. Augmented reality means that the reality that is in front of you can be augmented. So if I was holding a phone, you could put something in that reality that augments it. And then virtual reality, it takes you from here into that space. So it means that it has been filmed by someone else, and then it puts you in that space so you can engage. So we can't just be teaching these young ones about filming cameras when we can see where the technology is going in the future. Although we can never know really about the future and where it's going. I've listened to a lot of AI presentation, and honestly speaking, at the end of each presentation, I get the sense that even the speakers themselves don't know. We are all theorizing, and we all don't know where this thing is going. So even with all these technologies, but it doesn't mean we must stop theorizing. I mean, that's why we're here and in the first place. But I'm just trying to show you that why my paper sometimes is neither here nor there, but I'm trying to find my way around it. But at the end of the day is that we need to match this creativity and the technology so that these students that come our way leave with both, and they can make even maybe more informed decisions than where we are. So from a literature review perspective, still, it's all about these different tools that are there and how they can best be used for storytelling purposes. I am someone who's pioneers indigenous language storytelling, and I have written different papers on each of these technologies and how they can best be used to tell these different stories. So they do quite a wonderful job. I mean, even audiences have appreciated, for example, how you can use a VR 360 degrees video capturing to better tell stories, because you're best immersed in that environment of the story and you can see the whole environment. So instead of seeing this room from this angle, you'd be able to turn your head and see everything around it. I mean, think about the rural areas or places that you've never been, or like my province of the Limpopo province, Africa's Eden, so it's called. Yes, before you go to heaven, you have to pass Limpopo. If I could bring it to you through virtual reality, you'd be able to see all those beautiful mountains that are there. So these technologies are very important for young people. And they also enhance the creativity, because now when you can see these places brought to you, or you go to them, and without leaving the comfort of your own room, I know we say young people are lazy because they stay on their phones and they play TV games, but some of us don't even exercise, so we're kind of on the same boat, but let's leave that aside. Yeah, at the end of the day, they allow for the immersive learning of environments, and which fosters innovation and problem solving. And from a theoretical framework perspective, the first one is the constructivist learning theory. That basically says, apart from the knowledge that you come with, you learn new things in the spaces that you're in, especially when the things are brought to your reality and you get to work with them. And the next theoretical framework that I will also incorporate is the media ecology theory, which speaks more to this new technology and human culture, and tests how the humans interact with the technology that is brought to them, the innovative one. So in my study, this can be used to explore how digital tools and screen arts education are not just channels for delivering content, but transformative environments that shape creative processes and learning experiences. So in a way, I have been cheating a bit, because indirectly I have started doing my own research, because whenever I'm in the industry, I am asking people what they expect of our students from a technological perspective, and just to test where technology is going. You know, sometimes one other challenging thing that maybe for me, let me speak on my behalf, because it might not be the same for you as staff members. Now that I'm no longer full-time in the industry, although I own my own business and I still engage with the tools that I use there, but I'm not 100% full-time there, whereas the industry people know best because they see this technology every day. So they are the best people that are able to share all this information with us. So one thing could be to do interviews with the industry professionals, so to gain more insights into the skills demanded in today's market. But I don't think it should only be the skills, it should also be the technology and how to best use it, and how they see people interacting with this technology. Or else I could do it from a survey perspective, where I ask educators and students to assess the effectiveness of AI-driven software and technology, and the technology itself. This AI sometimes can be a pro and a con as well. I mean, the other time I asked this student, for me as a lecturer it helps, because I mean, imagine seeing about 20 students a day, and you need to help them develop 20-page scripts each. And I mean, by student number 5, your mind is really tired. So AI helps a bit in terms of that. But there was one student, like, she was so adamant that if I use AI on assisting her with a story, she's just, yeah, gonna pack her leaves and, her bags and leave the institution. So, that's where we are with the technology. And, from a teaching perspective, as we prepare the students, I guess I've already highlighted throughout my presentation the challenges and the opportunities that lie there. But at the end of the day, we need a curriculum that balances the technical competencies and for example, the operating software and understanding virtual production. I guess that's always been the challenge with a degree such as ours, especially coming from a technical one, where we need to balance the practical side and the theoretical side of our offering. And this still continues even though now that we're a degree, because we need to arm them with both side of things. So as much as we are teaching them how to practically use the technology, they still need to theoretically engage with it. So we need to balance the curriculum from that offering. But in essence, the literacy enables the students to produce impactful stories that resonate in a technologically advanced society. Best practices for educators, such as continuously updating technical knowledge. So I guess it helps the fact that DUT still wants us as lecturers to still be working in the industry so that we stay abreast with all these technologies that are taking place, and fostering collaboration between creative and technical disciplines, and to continue promoting the experimentations of these. And to summarize, a call for a holistic approach that merges the creativity with the technological proficiency. So the proposed vision at the end of the day is a new generation of filmmakers and content creators who can shape society using both the storytelling and all the new technologies that exist and those that are still coming. Before you raise your time sheet, can I ask for questions and answers? Yes, sir.
Yes. No, thank you very much for that insightful presentation. Maybe the question that I will pose is going to be a generated question. However, it's very important because we're here for teaching learning Imbizo. And the question that I want to impose is that, do you think that as the academics, should we employ this AI, which in their large quantities, they're already there within our discourse, to be able to assist us as academics to streamline our process? For example, I was conversing with another colleague somewhere, and he said that he got about 500 students, and he's giving them assignments. He's giving them assignments to do. And I asked her, how do you actually go through these 500 something assignments? How is it possible? Because honestly, it's not possible. We are given certain number of, I think it's 10 days, then you must do that and give it back within 10 days, and still and what's not. It's not possible. And so how do you think that we should employ these AIs that are already available for our academic teaching? And to what extent do you think we should use them? Thank you.
Yeah, look, in my personal opinion, when it comes to AI, in fact, to answer your question indirectly, there's this well-known scriptwriter. I was using him. He's an external member to our institution. He came to give some of my students in my PBL design thinking program, and he was saying that he's spearheading this whole toy-toying thing against AI in script writing because it's taking away their jobs. So in listening to what he was saying, I said, but you see, this thing is here to stay, whether we like it or not. Why not rather invest your energy into using it and running ahead of it so that it doesn't surpass you guys? Because you're just going to waste your time with this toy-toying and your placards getting nowhere. But to answer your question directly, using my own opinion, I think we should use it. In fact, as staff and as academics, let's run ahead of it. I don't know what that means, but I mean, if it's here and it's developing, I'm saying let's run ahead of it and counteract whatever it could possibly do in the future. Now that's what a question you asked. Am I the one who points?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I just want also to comment. I think the answer is we have to use AI, and if you don't want to use it, those who know how to use AI will come and take your job.
Yeah.
So that's what will happen. It's there. I can give an example. That I'm commenting. I can give an example. We are already using AI. For example, when you are using Grammarly, you type your text there in Grammarly, and Grammarly is proposing you to do the changes. So would you say that it's your own inspiration there, yes or no?
Yeah.
So you see, we must learn how to use AI really. Thank you. That was just a comment.
Yeah, thanks for the comment.
Yeah.
Yes.
And mine is just building on as well. Perhaps the thing is we need to find a way to actually allow me to say, maybe convince the older colleagues to change their attitude towards it. Because for example, if you say ChatGPT, everyone is great. They copy. No, it's not just for copying. There's so much we could do with it as lecturers, and so much we could teach our students to do with it as well. Thanks, I'm done with that one. But back to the slides, I also have my own comment I wanted to make in regards to the previous slide.
Yes.
Yeah. So the last point there, we're looking at a new generation of filmmakers and content creators who can use both storytelling and who have digital expertise. I'm thinking, don't we already have something like that? If you look at what influencers are doing nowadays, I mean, you go into Instagram and you see which people will say there's so much lies there because people are actually using AI to create situations that don't even exist. So shouldn't we then add and say, it's time we then teach people to be ethical in the use of AI? Because you might find that there's something about me out there, and I'm actually on the video, but I never even, I was never even on whatever it is that will be taking place. So there needs to be ethics teaching there. I really like the point. Let's just add ethics.
May I please kindly not comment and just accept your contributions?
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, because sometimes in academia we have a tendency to
to do
it's a good
reports.
suggestion,
Yeah.
so I've noted it.
All right.
Yes, sir.
So my one comment is links to the ethics section is sort of like a question also, what are you seeing in the art space in terms of the ethics? The other day I, for instance, saw a very well-known graphic designer that somebody went and said, okay, design this in the style of this person, and he sold this stuff for like, hundreds and thousands of dollars. So obviously there is some ethics that is needed, but are you seeing anything in the arts and screen arts space around policies being developed?
I like how you've asked a question and also provided an answer because you've seen something. But look, I think in terms of AI ethics, we are all grappling with it. Maybe more so in our industries because like you've just said, you can go to a tool and ask it to create a logo for you that comes from. But one thing I encourage and discourage my students to do, let's say, especially when it comes to storytelling and script writing. So I say use AI, but before using AI, work so much on your storyline so that you feed it as much information.
Yes.
So that it helps and edifies that which you are. Like I can almost tell if something is written by AI from a story script perspective and if something is written by a student. So I do encourage them, but I see most of them are using it the way I'm encouraging them to do, where they feed it. You can see that one thing it will do is maybe, especially for people like us who English is not our, apparently I did it as home language in school, but I don't know what that means. But anyway, from an academic perspective, somehow I still find that I fall very short. So it does help because once it produces the final script, you can see that it has helped to enhance for most of the students. Now it can be read and sold to bigger producers or platforms like that, but you can still see it's their story. That's there. So sorry that I'm not answering your question directly, but as I'm saying, we are all grappling with the AI ethics of, the ethics of AI.
So there's two comments. The one is like with reports, and I've seen it with some of my students. We will have to rethink our assessments.
Yeah.
Because just asking a student to write a 5-page report or something, you know, it's not going to work anymore.
Yeah.
So that's one thing. The second, and it's sort of like a saying that was in a report about AI, where the guy said, when you use AI, you will get what you asked for.
Yeah.
You might not get what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. That's true.
Yeah, yes.
I want to express a concern, and I'm so happy to have you here to ask you, because I am on the artistic side and the entertainment side. I'm pro technology because I work in e-learning. Okay, so I'm not a Luddite, although there is a Luddite awakening in me about certain concerns as it was in the 1800s. You know, so technology is not new, and this automation is not new. But with AI, my concern is when I watch movies, I have some sort of antenna that can detect this is done by AI, and it's a big turn off for me. If it's a script that's technically executed according to the formula of a good script, but it's too perfect, and it makes me wonder if we're going to get dumbed down. I don't know if you know what I'm saying.
No, I get you.
Because humanness in story means authentic stories, and it's such a cliche word now, which is a bit of a contradiction in terms of the meaning of the word. But is the general public going to be dumbed down by just accepting and watching these scripts that are turned out by AI? Because what's missing basically is the fundamental human condition and all its flaws.
I guess the answer to that is a very simple, straightforward no, because you, as the audience, have already picked it up.
Yeah.
There's something that you must know about South African audiences, which is why your TikToks and things will never take away from our video technology students, is that the South African audience, and this was research done by the cultural observer, I forgot the name, but just forgive me because it caught me off guard, but they were hired by the Department of Arts and Culture and the National Film and Video Foundation to do research where they're trying to put together a South African Hollywood basically in the future. And their audience research indicated that South African audiences are always looking for high quality products in terms of presentation, storyline, resolution. So as much as you'll go your TikTok, whatever, you'll always come back to a platform where you're needing to watch high quality content that is there. So when you've picked that up on a wrong platform, don't worry, you need to come back to students produced by us at the DUT following this method so that you watch the real content.
It's very encouraging to hear about the South African market,
Yeah, thank
but
you.
I'm being critical.
Please realize I'm not the time anymore. It's your audience.
I think last one then.
Yeah, I finished an hour ago. When you write the report, yeah.
So thank you so much. I actually just want to applaud you because you're standing and saying, yes, this is what we are saying to ourselves as well. So I like the thinking. I'm wondering, I'm not going to touch on the ethics because that's a really difficult topic. So let's go to the easier one, and this is what are the skills and what I'm hearing from all of this is a greater focus on the ability to evaluate, to understand what a good product is, and to be able to evaluate it. I don't think it matters too much to me whether something was AI generated or not. The quality is what matters, and that's what we're going to select for or against. So I'm wondering if AI, if you're experiencing that AI is allowing you to drill down a little deeper into what it is that students that this creative space actually is about, rather than the details of the tools and the technologies. You know, distilling it, you spoke about the story is yours and the authenticity. So do you feel this allows more space for...
Let me answer your question indirectly. There's research I did recently where I asked AI to write faulty generated script. And using different theoretical frameworks and tools, I found that it doesn't quite meet the standard of faulty script at the end of the day. So like she was saying, you will recognize that something is not 100% here. So in terms of content choosing and whatever, as I said, the South African audience is very astute to such things. So at the end of the day, it will just be your decision. Are you willing to look for entertainment in the AI generated one? Or are you looking to watch the real authentic? Yeah. Thank you.